All right, Pick Corner, we back in there, another episode. It is iPhone day. So today's video is going to be a day in the life. We're going to go pick up the iPhone today. I got the 16 Pro this year. I decided to order. The Max phones, I'm just tired of the size. It's a little inconvenient when you try to throw it in your pocket, things like that. So I opted to try to get a phone that feels more like a phone and not a phablet this year. But before we get started with the day, welcome to the Pick Corner, where we talk about fragrance, fashion, tech. Today is going to be a tech video, and a little bit of fragrance mixed in. I got a bottle of cologne I always keep with me. But we're focused on iPhone. This is iPhone day. We're going to, just take you on a little quick, trip in my life. We're going to go to Starbucks as usual. That's my spot. It's pumpkin season as well. And we're going to also hit up the car wash. Actually, probably do the car wash first. And then we'll hit up Starbucks. And then we'll take a meeting in the car because I'm actually technically off of work today. But I got so much going on. I got a big demo today, so I got to, just want to tune in for that to make sure everything's on track and is going well. And from there, we're just going to head to the Apple store, grab this phone. I'll do a little unboxing for you, and, we'll see where the day takes us. So it's pretty crazy. I go through this exercise every year with upgrading the phone. And honestly, when you go from phone to phone like that, there's usually not a big difference in terms of the features of the phone. But this year, there's a couple of things that's pretty exciting, at least to me. When you talk about the new selfie camera, the ability to shoot in a horizontal orientation while keeping the phone vertical, I think that's a big game changer. The iPhone, they decided to use a square sensor in order to achieve that, which is really, really nice. They also upped the quality of the front-facing camera. It's now 18 megapixels as opposed to the 12 that it's been for like the last however many years. But we're going to stop, get some gas, because obviously we're not going to make it anywhere. We don't got any fuel. And then from there, we're going to hit up this Starbucks, see what that pumpkin spice is hitting for. So another aspect of the iPhone I'm pretty excited about is that new A19 chip. Every year they seem to find more and more efficiencies in terms of their architecture, and this year they have this new like vapor cooling chamber that's added to the phone as well. That's going to allow for higher processing power for sustained periods of time, because basically, and not to get too nerdy with it, the heat that's coming from the A19 chip is going to basically be dissipated by liquid throughout, and the heat is going to basically spread through the aluminum chassis. They went with aluminum instead of titanium this year, which is a big change, right? Because titanium has a very nice premium feel, But with the glass and everything else, you can't really spread heat. It doesn't really do well with the heat, and it doesn't take color well either. Hence why we got these new crazy colors, between the orange and the deep blue. The white is pretty clean. I was thinking about that one initially, but opted for the blue. The blue is just, it was something about, I mean, blue is like one of my favorite colors, so it was something about it. It was just rich. It was just, it was really, really, really nice. So we're going with that color this year. But yeah, that's the biggest, feature in terms of design. The fact that you got these new colors, you got aluminum, and you got this new A19 chip. Easy work, car wash. Starbucks time. So yeah, it's hot today. It's like 80 degrees, but the humidity is high, so it feels like summertime again. Listen, I'm locked into fall right now. I don't care what the temperature is today. We're going to hit this Starbucks. I'm going to get this pumpkin spice, and we're going to call it a day. It's not going to be cold either. It's going to be the hot one. That's the one that tastes good. I can't really mess with cold coffee. Like, cold coffee, to me, is just, it's weird. So, yeah, going to get this pumpkin spice. Don't care if it's summer. I'm going to call it a day. It's fall time. And let me also do a lemon loaf.
Anything else?
That'll be it.
That's a good lemon 29.
Okay. Just gonna scan for my rewards. I'm gonna do apple pie. that first sip, that first sip be everything. I'm telling you, they always make more coffee right at this one. Yeah, that's proper. Shout out to the brother making the coffee. That was good. All right, so we're making good on time. I have a meeting that I have to attend. Good thing is I'm doing that on the road. And by the time the meeting's over, we'll be at the mall. It'll be time to pick up the iPhone. So stay locked in. This is exciting. It's always a fun day. I always enjoy shooting this type of video. And hopefully you're enjoying it so far. Again, remember, like, subscribe, tap the notification bell, stay locked in with us for all of this fun content. Okay, I made it to the mall. Call's over. Great call. Let's go get this iPhone. Yes, sir. You too. All right, getting in line. Hopefully it's not a long line. I don't think it will be. Okay, y'all, we're working through the last part of the setup. Smooth process. I feel like it was faster this year getting the phone. I don't know if you saw my video last year, but it took a bit of time. There's a bit of a wait in the reserve line, but now it's sped up. It's a lot faster. But download the update. So that's coming down. Again, I went with the smaller size this year. Again, because this is easier to fit in my pocket, but it's a generous enough size screen to where I don't feel like I'm losing anything. But it's definitely more comfortable to hold in the hand. The case is super nice. Like this is better than their initial attempt at the fine woven. This one here is really, really good grip, but the quality feels like it's a lot better than it was last year. But we're wrapping up setup. I'll probably buy another case. I'll give you guys a look at what they have to offer for that. And yeah, then we're going to continue on with the day. The setup process is very smooth. Once you have your old iPhone, you're able to just transfer the information over. You just punch in a couple of pieces of information as far as your passcode and stuff goes, give it permission, connect to the Wi-Fi here in the Apple Store, and then boom, you're good to go. Also, because this new iPhone has an anti-reflective screen, I didn't want to lose any of those anti-reflective properties by just throwing on any screen protector. So I went with this one, the Ultra Fit Armor Right. It's from ESR. It's only like 35 bucks, about the same as the Belkin one here in the Apple Store. But this one here has the glass by Corning, which is going to give you that anti-reflective sort of property, and therefore you don't lose the benefit of what you're getting in terms of anti-reflection with the screen on here. All right, y'all, listen. I had to come back in and film another section of the video. I'm on my way to the store now to get another screen protector, and let me tell you why. So, the screen protector that I bought, I thought that I was going to initially love it because it had the anti-glare sort of feature right for the glass. Absolutely hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Would not recommend it. Do not buy it. Don't get it. I know I bought it. I'm about to send it back. And let me tell you why. Because the glass itself, the way that they sized it, they put like a black border around the very, very edge of the screen protector. And what that border does is it takes away from the edge to edgeness of the screen. So it almost makes your phone look old. Like, because the borders that you have for the phone, instead of it being like very close to the edge or very close to the gap in your case, it's like it cuts into it. So it looks like you have a big thick border around your phone, and the screen actually looks smaller than what you're getting. So it takes you backwards. It's not a good look. Highly do not recommend that ESR screen protector. So I'm just going to go get something from, T-Mobile or something like that that's nearby. You know, it's iPhone launch day, so pretty sure they'll have some screen protectors that I can throw on just to get by for now until I can find a better alternative for the future. Idea is to protect, the screen still, but I don't want to lose any of that real estate, right? Like that little detail, and again, I was able to catch it just from looking at the phone. I'm looking at the phone. I'm like, the screen don't look right. Like something looks weird about it. Like why isn't it cut all the way to the edge? And whoa, looks like we had a bad accident that just happened here. So let's go ahead and move around this. Like somebody's border is. Woof. Wow. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, that wasn't me. Thank you, God. God's good. God's good. But anywho, yeah, don't get that. Make sure when you buy a screen protector that that little black border is not around it. Make sure it's all glass. Make sure it's all good. And happy iPhone day, folks. All right, y'all, filming on the iPhone first time. This new vlogging camera, this is convenient. My camera just died, and I'm trying to continue to film content. And you know, it's so weird. This happened same time last year, right? Phone died in the Apple Store, shooting all this B-roll and stuff. And now I'm using the phone, which is great because it gives you an opportunity to see the quality of the camera. But what's great is that I'm holding the phone upright, and it has it in a landscape mode, so it's wide. And this is the benefit of having that square sensor. And I'm looking around because I'm trying to remember where the heck did I park. I know I'm over here on this side. Hopefully I'm not. Hopefully I didn't walk past it. Let's see, where's my baby at? Oh, there she is. Okay. Yep. Walking back. There she is. Nice and clean. Got it washed earlier. Oh, this one here is pretty nice too. Look at this sucker right here. Not bad. Love the pastel colors on the new cars, uh but we have successfully acquired iPhone 17 Pro. So again, reason I didn't go with the Pro Max. I didn't do Pro Max because I wanted the phone to feel like a phone this year. One of my biggest gripes, the last year, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Max is an amazing phone. But for me, it seemed like the phone got even bigger than the previous year. So when we had the 15, that was sort of like, it was kind of the perfect size, kind of, sort of still, a big phone, but they made it even larger with the 16 Pro Max. So it feels good to have a phone that fits in my pocket. Like it's the size of a phone. It's compact, goes in my pocket. Couldn't ask for a better situation, but it's still a generous screen size, like 6.3. At least for me, it's plenty of screen real estate. So it's just enough for me to be able to see everything I need to see. But the phone is small enough to where I can slip it in my pocket or even hold it comfortably. Caseless. I did purchase another case from the Apple Store. Um, it's something about this. I'm just going to show you real quick. It's something about this color. Um, it's a terracotta. Is the color? It's kind of brownish, but it has like an orangey kind of hue to it. But it feels very neutral. Kind of matches like my watch band here. Um, they favor, but I love these kind of tones for the case because of the fact that it's fall now. So you want to get into those warmer colors. I feel like when you're, I'm one of those people that like to coordinate my case with what I'm wearing. And I know it's going to sound crazy, but that's what I do. That's just my thing, right? Um, so having that neutral palette for, you know, this time of year is perfect. You can take and you can, really match it up with whatever you're wearing. And then I do this the flip side in the spring. They always release like some nice, vibrant, spring colors. I know this past spring they had the periwinkle, which was a really nice color. They had a really nice pastel bluish green kind of color that was pretty dope. Um, but there's so many different color options in the spring as well to where you can rotate them out. I mean, I got a general case problem. I need to go to Cases Anonymous. I usually end up every year, every time I buy a new iPhone, at least I want to say at least six cases straight from Apple. That's just Apple alone, right? That's not even counting like the cases I normally buy from Coach, which it's going to be interesting to see that case on the the iPhone Pro this year. Um, but that's it. We made it. Got the phone picked up. It's a great phone. Hardware wise, again, A19 chip is in it. It's ultra fast. It got the upgraded Wi-Fi. It has the new square sensor for the camera. That's like some of the highlights, or some of the main features, and then the redesign, of course, right? You got the back, what they're calling the plateau, right? It's not a camera bump, but it's a plateau. The plateau is actually it's grown on me. Initially, I was a little concerned that it was going to look goofy or or just weird. Um, but when you see it in person, Apple knows what they're doing with the design and the design language. So I think they nailed it out of the park. Um, Per usual, the Christiana store, the folks are always friendly and nice, and um, the experience was just way smoother this year. Like I was in and out of the store. Like this was probably the fastest that I've gone in and out of the store, which is great. But yeah, if you're wondering if you should upgrade, again, depends on what you need to use the phone for. Most people, if you got last year's model, depending on what you use your phone for, you probably don't need to upgrade. I mean, and again, difference between need and want, right? Um, for me, the upgrade was worth it. Again, just off the sheer fact that um, the front-facing camera is better. The I always love a good change in design, so the design language is different. And I got the smaller phone, so I ended up getting the smaller size phone. Um, Dope color with the blue. Love the blue. For me, so it was worth the upgrade. Don't feel like I got gypped or that it was a downgrade by any stretch of the imagination. Um, Definitely looking forward to really utilizing the cameras on here, um, and get a better grasp and feel for um, the new 48. I think it's the wide angle lens that got upgraded to 48 megapixels, which is another big upgrade. That's really really nice. One thing to note as well, this year with the regular iPhone, listen, that might be the buy of the year, to be perfectly honest. With the iPhone, they brought you finally 120 hertz pro refresh. It's huge. Now, people who don't really know what that is, and you're saying to yourself, well, I don't understand what that is, use it. Use it. That's all I'm going to say. Use the phone and then go back to your old phone. And then you'll notice the difference. It's a smoother experience when you're scrolling through things, it's smoother when you're watching videos. Um, it's just easier on the eyes. When you go from 120 hertz pro refresh back down to 60 hertz, the phone seems jittery. Like you'll notice the difference, from the rip. But they brought that to the phone. You're getting the A19 chip. It's not the Pro chip, but most people don't need the Pro. You're just, it can still handle um, any kind of gaming that you're going to do, or any kind of, general things like social media, live streaming, different things like that, um, which is really, really dope. But for the price, I think it's like 800 bucks, like seven some change. You're getting a lot of of great features in the phone, and it makes the phone a pretty solid phone. The only thing that's missing is just the third lens. And for most people who use the iPhone, um, people are not really into which lens they're using and what focal point and all the different things that photographers are into, right? People are just going to open up the camera app, point and shoot. And if you're using it in that way, iPhone 17 is probably the phone of the year for the value. You talk about which iPhone that you're going to get. Quick thoughts on the iPhone Air. Very very light phone. It's like super light. Like it you could barely feel the weight of it. There's a huge weight difference between the Air and every other phone. Um, Super super thin. It's very surprisingly comfortable to hold in the hand. So I was able to hold it and really got an opportunity to kind of experience the engineering feat that was achieved by Apple's engineers when they came up with that design. Um, there's some trade-offs. You got the single lens in the back. It's a fusion lens, so it's going to do some computational stuff to um, achieve different pieces of photography. But again, depending on what you use your camera for, if you're the kind of person that just opens up your camera and you shoot, open it up and shoot, that's probably perfect for you. You don't need all those different lenses. Um, it has a lot of pro features off the rip. You got the A19 Pro. You got the, I think it's a 6.5-inch screen, so it's a little smaller than the Max, but slightly bigger than the Pro. So you get a generous screen size. You get the 120 hertz per refresh, smaller battery. That's going to be the big test. You're going to see a lot of the YouTubers probably talk about, what the battery life looks like. But they do also offer like an additional battery pack that you can buy for that model in case you run out of juice. You can slap that on the back via MagSafe. It fits perfect, and then it'll allow you to charge the phone back up. Um, but additionally, with the Air, um, you have all of the features of the 16 in terms of design. So when you talk about materials, so the the phone is comprised of titanium and glass, so pretty much like the 16, but just really, 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 really thin. They didn't use the um, aluminum design as the 17 Pro and Pro Max did. And again, 17 Pro and Pro Max, they went with aluminum because of all the thermal stuff, right? You got this new, you know, um, thermal heat sinks and things inside of the device that's going to help to dissipate the heat, so you can do, heavier tasks for longer, which is really really cool. But that's it. That's our experience at the Apple Store today. Great day. Um, Gonna head home, put all this footage together, and you know that's a day in the life. Stay locked in. Oh, by the way, before I even forget, um, my scent of the day today, while we're here, because remember we still in that fragrance on that fragrance tip. I got a video about this sucker. We've talked about it. This is um, the Victory Invictus. This is the Absolute Elixir. Smells amazing. This is my scent of the day. Little refresh. Bring an atomizer. Yeah, yeah. Get your bottle of this. This smells good. Always carry this bag around. Always keep a scent or something. Carry something with me just in case you gotta refresh. You gotta always be ready at all times. But thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. It's another episode of the Pick Corner. Remember, like, subscribe, tap notification bell, and also we are on TikTok and Instagram, same name, so you can follow us on there. Um, going to try to just continue to pump out this content, and thank you for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Thank you for watching. See ya.